Hello, everyone. Welcome to an impromptu stream of the drive-in. It's been a while, Christian. We haven't really talked and done drive-in content in a minute. It's been busy with the XFL, USFL, and CFL in full swing, but it's good to be back.
Happy to be back. Happy to get some momentum going here. I mean, happy to be here. Very excited to dive into, I believe we have 3 good things that we've seen and 2 bad things that we have seen. So we're going to detail those.
Good is subjective. I think 3 of mine are like decent to like, I liked them at least. I don't know if I'd qualify them as capital G good, but they're lowercase g good. I'll turn the sound effect down, and then when we say the good ones, we'll do this.
Okay, I love it. I love that option.
So I'll start us off with a good.
Yours.
Do you want to do all the good first and then the bad, or do you want to hop?
Yeah, let's do the 3 good first and then 2 bad.
Okay, my first good one was the new Scream movie. I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. I thought it was kind of a return to like a good classic Scream feel. I liked all the actors in it. I liked the way that they used the original cast, and I liked the way that they made you feel, no spoilers, but nobody's safe.
The Scream movies, one of the better trilogies that I can think of. Like, I remember really enjoying 2 and 3, and like the actors in them. Courtney Cox really had an iconic role.
Yes.
I mean,
maybe like the best main girl in any of those like old horror movies. Bro, she's good.
They are both. Sidney Prescott, forever icon. I absolutely, as a kid, used to think it was so scary. The potato sack or the whatever it was covered in blood. I forget if it was a potato sack or it was just like from the morgue.
Oh, yeah.
So creepy. So it's good to hear that went well. Coach Klein, XFL Twitter, big fan of the Scream movies. I think he said it's the best horror franchise of all time. And
there's some real stinkers in there. Which one? So how many do you think they've made? Which number do you think this one was?
6.
It was 6.
Wow, it was 6. Let's go.
Scream 6. I thought it was really good. It was fun. It was just entertaining. It's what I wanted out of a Scream movie, and you can't ask for much more.
And I think I've only seen 3, so I do not know if I have anything beyond.
I think 4 and 5 are both not great.
Okay. I can get behind that.
This one was good.
I'm happy to hear it. I love Scream, so I'm really excited to watch this, honestly.
Also, you gotta love all the fact that they like really go for the tropes. Like they play into it. They're kind of like they know that you're watching a movie, and I always like those meta commentary movies too.
The meta aspect is always really, really great. I'm a big fan of that.
Damn right. What's your first movie, Christian?
I am gonna go to a rewatch that I did of Superbad, and let me just say, I mean, Superbad has always been in high regards for me. I've always really enjoyed that movie, but I mean, it really has cemented itself in my mind as like one of the greatest comedies ever made. Everything holds up, like even in the face of like bad taste jokes, and like as I'm watching it, I'm like, surely you're gonna get to like the cancel-esque stuff. It's still so potent and funny and good. I remember at the time, there was a ton of hype for like Superbad, Step Brothers, and The Hangover.
Those were the big ones.
I think over time, Superbad and Step Brothers have really, really aged well. Not that The Hangover's bad. I just don't think it's in the upper echelon in my head of great comedies like Superbad and Step Brothers are.
I think off the top of my head, I might put Superbad as like the best comedy of the 2000s.
Oh yeah, I could actually totally get behind that. I can't think of another option aside from Step Brothers, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But yeah, no, it's incredible. Acting's great. I mean, seeing Bill Hader and Seth Rogen as the cops, like it's just really well done. And I can't say high school was necessarily like that for me, but you get that.
It puts you back in the mindset, though.
Yeah, you have the sympathy and the empathy for the characters, and I mean, it'd be hard to recommend this, say, if you haven't seen it. Most people have, but I think we should be talking about this really in that S tier echelon, Mount Rushmore of comedies. Judd Apatow, thank you for Superbad.
Thank you. My second one that actually is nice. Mine's also a rewatch. I hadn't seen it in maybe like 5-6 years. I don't remember what year. I think it was like 2014 it came out. So maybe like 9 years I haven't seen it. I rewatched Hell or High Water this last week.
I don't think I know Hell or High Water.
Jeff Bridges, Chris Pine. Chris Pine and his brother are like robbing banks in West Texas. And Jeff Bridges, the sheriff, kind of has to like sleuth them out. It's what I call it's a bare bones movie. It knows exactly what it needs to do. It hits all the beats. It's really good, fast paced, keeps going, and it feels like a modern day Western. It feels really like a Western that takes place in modern day. It's so good and fun, and the characters are great. And Jeff Bridges in a lot of stuff. I've fallen in love with Jeff Bridges as like a cowboy kind of guy. It's just
I like the sound of like borderline Western with Jeff Bridges. Those two things really pique my interest here. And I like Jeff Bridges as an actor. I think his acting style is like one of nuance, kind of like Josh Brolin, where like they might not beat you over the head with it. It's just in the subtleties. And Jeff Bridges is old now, so he has like the old dad swag, old grandpap swag. So I have to add this to my list as I've never heard of it.
It's basically I consider it like a modern day Western, as in it's not it takes place in modern day. So it feels like a Western, but in modern times. It's really cool.
I am going to have to check this out, no doubt. I am in there like swimwear.
Damn right. What's your number 2, Christian?
My number 2, I will go with a movie called Armageddon Time, which I watched recently. Came out in 2022. Stars of this are Anthony Hopkins, Anne Hathaway, and my absolute king of the earth, Jeremy Strong. He was born on fucking Christmas. What can't this guy do? I think it's a really great movie. It's very subtle in its themes. It's a coming-of-age film. And it basically shows a Jewish family and going to inner city schools. It tells a lot about the Black experience in public schools versus private schools. It's a lot of like what's off the screen is really, really powerful, where you can do a lot of imagining. I'll watch anything with Jeremy Strong in it just because I can't. I mean, he turned a century-defining performance in Succession. I think it's one of the greatest characters ever done. And he's a full-on, like, he takes it so serious. And Anthony Hopkins is now getting up there in age. I don't know his exact age, but he plays, like, the perfect grandpap in this. So if you like movies where there is this grandpap figure, this is also a great take for that as well.
Guess Anthony Hopkins' age.
77.
Up at 8 years. He's 85.
That's at the age where, like, he's doing them a favor by doing the fucking film. Like, you don't. Robert Duvall was in Pale Blue Eye, and he was, like, the same age. He was, like, 86, 87, 88. I'm like, dude, there's no chance. No chance.
Speaking of which, though, Jeremy Iron for you is, like, Ryan Gosling for me, where I'll basically watch anything that they're in. It's just...
And Gosling's like second for me. Like, I'll watch anything. Like, I fucking love Ryan Gosling, too.
Second, though, now that you got my mind on Anthony Hopkins, I need to go and watch The Father.
Yeah, like very like out of nowhere, you win the Academy Award. Like, I need to see what that's about as well.
I've seen like clips of it, like out of context clips, and it's awesome.
That might be a movie we watch down the line together. I don't know if it's too serious, but
it's very serious. But maybe that's kind of fun though when we do it on the drive and just take the piss out of it though.
I agree.
Shout out to Tech on Twitch. He's token up, baby. My number 3, and I just literally saw it last week. I saw the new Indiana Jones movie, The Dial of Destiny. Solid 6.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10. So like for the whole point, it's my main critique are two things. It's too long. It's almost 3 hours long. It's like 2 hours 45, 250. It's good. Like it hits all the beats of an Indiana Jones movie. It feels like a classic Indiana Jones movie throughout. See, and the Tick saying he enjoyed the end. The ending kind of like was to me. It was fine. It was like super over the top. It was goofy, but it was fun. But it was just like The only like big critique I have is it was just too long.
I think that's fair critiques. I've seen the color grade was very yellow. It looked very modern. I mean, it's very tough to.
It takes place in like the 60s.
Yeah, and the way that Spielberg does color grading and like the use of shadows, like they were showing like all these 6 shots from like I've only seen the first Indiana Jones, so I'm way behind.
The best one, it's fine.
Yeah, but they're showing like all these old shots, and I'm like, damn that. And then they show the new one. It's like that looks like it was made in 2023, but it's like
that's the thing. Like it definitely feels like it was made today, but it has it's like the LaCroix of Indiana Jones, where you get like you're tasting what you expect out of those movies. Because I've seen the first 3. I didn't see Crystal Skull, but this one felt like a modern movie with like a flavor packet of old school Indiana Jones like vibe. Like all the beats are there. A lot of the camera tricks aren't there just because people don't film things like they did back in like the 70s and 80s.
I think that's totally acceptable. I think it probably does its job, which is what I've heard. Like it's obviously not as good as the old ones, but like, it's going to sell tickets. Oh, actually, no, I think I saw maybe it flopped a little bit.
I just think movies are flopping a lot. I think like a lot of movies aren't doing great. The Tick says his favorite's Temple of Doom, by the way.
Okay.
It's a solid one. It's
people want to, just wait till it gets to streaming. And it's like, I get it. You don't want to get out for every single movie that hits the theaters, but all Wisconsin literally need Badgers so bad. Love Luke Fickell. Need him more than anything.
But just too long. Too long, Indiana Jones. Too long.
Duly noted. My third and final good film. This was the first time I've seen this. It was up there at like, what's a sin that I haven't seen is Inglourious Bastards.
Ooh.
I just watched this for the first time, and I can definitively say this is my favorite Quentin Tarantino film. Incredible performance from Christopher Waltz as Hans Landa. He's so and the opening, the whole opening sequence is just so perfect. Who doesn't love Donnie Donowitz with a baseball bat? Like, it's so good. Brad Pitt plays like the perfect American guy. I'm a big fan of this. I actually think Inglourious Bastards and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood are my 2 favorite Quentin Tarantino
Still
film.
need to fucking see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And I don't know if it's just Tarantino. They do this when they say, well, what's your best movie? A lot of the times they'll say the one that they're promoting. He did recently say that was his best one, but I can't tell if it was just for promotion's sake. But Inglourious Bastards, I would say maybe 25% of the movie to 30% is in a different language. But it's kind of like The Godfather 2, where it's like it's still totally fine. You go based off facial expressions. I fully endorsing Inglourious Bastards. I think it's excellent. I'd put it ahead of movies like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. I haven't seen Jackie Brown, but I will assume Jackie Brown. Kill Bills are really good though.
That's my favorite. Kill Bill's 1.
Yeah. I think
Inglourious Bastards is really good.
You pair them together though, which is good.
Yes.
Like if you're pairing Kill Bill 1 and 2 together as like a sequence thing, then like it's really hard to top that. So
Tick's asking, have either of us seen Asteroid City yet? I have not.
I have not. I do, however, like Wes Anderson. He's a really solid director.
Wes Anderson.
Big fan.
Real quick, favorite Wes Anderson movie?
Probably
mine's Grand Budapest. Yeah, mine's Grand Budapest.
It's either Grand Budapest Hotel or Royal Tenenbaums because I really think it's a funny bit that Ben Stiller's kids both wear the same Adidas jumpsuit, and I just think that's like so genius. But yeah, probably Grand Budapest because I love the purple color grade.
Tick Feels Life Aquatic, also really good.
Bill Murray, so good. The Red Cap, Willem Dafoe, 2 thumbs up for me.
Need to see it though. It's on my list. Now that I'm back in Nebraska, it's so hard to find theaters that play a lot of these movies instead of when I was living in California. So I don't even live like in one of the big cities in this state, but Glorious Bastards, I also give 2 thumbs up. Fantastic.
Incredible movie.
On to my bad. These are real bad. I'm going to start with one that hurts to say because obviously I'm an XFL stan first and foremost. Black Adam was garbage. It was boring. If you're going to play The Rock in a movie, if you're going to put him in a movie, you kind of have to know how to use him because he's not going to be anything but The Rock. And guess what? They didn't use him right because he was The Rock, and you can't just be The Rock when you're like the main guy in this kind of superhero movie.
He's sort of pigeonholed himself in terms of his acting, where like him and Kevin Hart, you know, they really do get categorized. They do the same thing almost in every film. And it's ironic because it's kind of like booking in wrestling, where it's like Brock Lesnar, you can't necessarily have Brock Lesnar fight everybody. He's not like Kurt Angle or I'll say Chris Benoit, which isn't a good name. But it's like they're not as versatile, and you have to get the booking right to make it work. And like you're saying, if this was just not the movie for The Rock, I totally believe it because he's made for a certain type of movie.
He is, and this was not it. And it was, I don't know, I feel like maybe VFX studios are getting so overworked, but I feel like in superhero movies in particular, I feel like the visual effects have dropped off since like Endgame, that they don't look nearly as good. Like some of like a Doctor Strange movie, the visual effects are usually always going to be top tier, but a lot of these movies, the visual effects have just not been what I expect out of like any superhero movies.
That was the complaint with the recent Thor film. That was the complaint with my girlfriend loved the Flash movie. She said it was incredible, but pretty much everybody said that like the effects were like pretty fucking bad. So I don't know what to make of that, but I definitely agree. There's been a drop off since Endgame for sure.
I just feel like people are getting overworked to hell. It sucks. Dude, I knew people that worked in the VFX industry. It's not fun.
I believe it. I mean, and you just get ripped online all day long.
You get ripped online. You get worked to the bone. Those studios shut down all the time.
I stand with the writers.
I want the VFX industry to start a union.
Just taking my shirt off.
Oh, are we popping tops?
I don't know. We gonna do it?
We're gonna pop tops. We're gonna pop tops here.
All right.
Your first bad movie.
My first bad movie, this will be quick, is I don't know why I watched like the first 40 minutes of this, is Flight 93.
Okay.
It's definitely a movie that you should watch in school. It's definitely like something that you should watch to like learn more. But at this stage in my life as a 28-year-old man, it's like I didn't feel the need to watch it, but for some reason I put it on. It wasn't all that compelling. Obviously, you know, it makes them look like heroes, and you know, they go down in a blaze and they took over the cockpit, and it's like it's wonderful. If Mark Wahlberg was there'd be a completely different movie made about just Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. But it's one of those ones that you have to, it's like a book. You read this book strictly in school. I would not advise you like taking mushrooms and watching Flight 93, which isn't what I do. I'm way cooler than that. I wouldn't watch Flight 93. But yeah, I would probably rather watch the one with the dude who shoots. The dude that killed Osama bin Laden. It's not Chris Pine.
Oh, you're talking about American Sniper?
American Sniper. That's a movie based on historical events that I would much rather have watched, but I am an idiot and chose Flight 93. So
you hit the nail on the head when you said like school movie. This is a movie you watch in school and like nowhere else.
Yeah, 100%.
My second one is I watched the new Winnie the Pooh, the scary one, the spooky one.
Wait, say that again?
I watched the new Winnie the Pooh.
Oh yeah.
It was shit. It was very, very bad. Like the costumes were awful. It looked cheap. Nothing about it was good. It was terrible acting for a horror movie even. And it was just people trying to capitalize on the rights going public.
There seems to be a theme nowadays that I've seen with like these scary movies that are like kind of like campy like this. Like there's like a Santa Claus one, and there's Winnie the Pooh, and then there's going to be like a Barney one made that's like kind of for adults. It's like I don't
stuff
know.
Can work, but this did not.
It can work. You're right. I think it could be like maybe what if it was like Terrifier or something super fucking extreme, like Serbian film, but Winnie the Pooh? That might be a little bit too much. But
see, that would have been interesting, but like everything was cheap. And I think if you're gonna go campy, you have to play it very seriously. And they did play it seriously, but it just came off very you walk a fine line when you're going with that camp. And also, not all of the characters got their rights publicized, so it was just Pooh and Piglet. And that's it. And it's just dumb. The kills aren't even like if you're gonna go campy and do that kind of horror movie, at least have fun, creative kills and like use special effects in a very interesting way. Like you said with Terrifier, the kills for that are fucking crazy. But yeah, this was just boring and bland and not fun.
Do not watch it, folks. It is an absolute joke.
Not good.
My final piece. This is a show. It's an anime. It's called High School. It's either High School of the Dead or High School for the Dead. So this is a anime essentially just about zombie fighting. And it was like all good. It had the occasional, girl stab zombie and like boobs bounce. But like Japan doesn't have porn over there. So like they have to so it's like, it's fine. You know what you're getting into when you watch anime. When I tell you at the beginning of episode 6, there was nothing leading up to this. Nothing leading up to this. It was all serious, mostly just fucking 2 of the girls in a bathtub, just completely naked. And it's like, she's like, your boobs are so ginormous. They're almost not even real. I'm like, what? I'm like, literally like verbatim. That's what she said. And I'm like, bro, it would be one thing if I knew going into episode 1, like this is the kind of anime you're going to be watching. But so I had to stop. I finished the scene naturally, but I am done with that. So High School for the Dead, I do not recommend. First 5 episodes, really good. Really solid zombie show. Had some TikTok trending sounds actually from that show, but no, it's sad. It's sad what they did.
I saw this a while ago. I watched through High School of the Dead. Did you get to the bullet time boob shot?
The bullet time?
So there's a shot in that show where someone shoots a gun and a girl ducks out of the way and her boobs like fly out like this, and the bullet so one goes up, the bullet goes through, the other one goes down, and the bullet goes through. It's fucking, this show's so stupid.
I think there might be only 10 or 11 episodes.
It's very short. It's not very long.
Okay, I don't know if I've watched that scene, but now I'm just gonna Google it after this. I can't keep watching it, but I have to see this shot.
It's very much like a fan servicey, just dumb show where hot girls fight zombies.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Yeah. I will give it credit for this. It's better than a lot of anime today that for some reason decide to put in like brother-sister romance shit. It's so fucking creepy.
Porn has ruined.
Dude, I can't tell you the amount of times I've been into an anime. It was like, it's episode 1. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is promising. And it's like, big bro. And then the guy's like, oh, geez. I'm like, nope, I'm done. Get me the fuck out of here.
It's literally just the fact that they don't have the pornography over there. I don't think. I don't think
they have a lot of porn over there.
They have a lot of pent up.
There's a lot of porn in Japan.
There is, but there's like some sort of regulation thing where it's like it's not quite as published as much as like we have a lot going on circulating. But it sounds like we're making this out to be a good show. It sounds like this is like us promoting the show. Honestly,
no, High School D&D is a very stupid show. It's very campy. Like, I didn't hate it, but it's got the anime weirdness that is definitely not for a lot.
Well, High School DD is different than High School of the Dead.
No, High School of the High School of the Dead has that weird. It's got the anime weird.
Okay, I was gonna say because I remember seeing both of them and thinking like, okay, sick. Like this might be cool.
I wonder what happens if you mix them up. You start on one and go. So High School DxD is also like just very,
Yeah, because I think in the picture you can tell when it's like, yeah, those are like triple H's, Hunter Herms Helmsley breasts. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Like they're literally just like this fucking big.
Yeah, when you see images it's just what you're getting into. It's fucking super.
Props to Japan for at least making the covers of like you don't even have to watch the trailer. You can just see the cover and like, all right. I know immediately whether I'm watching this or I am just like, I'm silently watching it. But yeah.
Either you're watching it or you're watching it with all the lights off alone.
Yeah, correct.
Those are our movies, folks.
There you have it.
Christian, go check out Hell or High Water.
I'm checking out that movie. I love Jeff Bridges.
I'm going to check out The Father. And then we got to think of what movie we're going to watch next on the drive-in. I'm kind of liking the whole setup of The Wheel. The people right now don't know what we're talking about, but The Wheel has been fun. So if we just like brainstorm a couple of ideas, get The Wheel going, and the drive-in's fully back in, baby.
We're back. We're better than ever. We're back in the saddle again, as Aerosmith would say. Thank you for having us.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.